provides an invaluable platform for promoting products and services that enhances opportunities for job growth as well. Tonight is always a special night that showcases Mayor Holly and Mayor Bennett in presenting the state of the cities, which we always look forward to. For those of us who live, operate business, we appreciate being part of a community that encourages small businesses to grow and prosper. However, our communities are so fortunate to have an outstanding police department that keep us safe along with our fire rescue department. We have the best schools ever that win prestigious awards, along with amazing recreation parks, facilities, and programs. We have great aldermen and alderwomen of both communities who help residents when they're in trouble or they need some service for their homes. Who can forget the best library ever created? Thank you, library. And Sir Kilmer, who is always there to help our great township and our great township, also the Public Works Department that keeps cities functional, and we know from experience in assisting the farmers market. The Chamber thanks all of you. But how does this occur? It occurs because we have two amazing, hardworking mayors whose leadership and integrity run the cities of Hickory Hills and Palos Hills. May I present Mayor Holly of Hickory Hills and Mayor Bennett of Palos Hills and the state of the cities.
Thank you very much, Phyllis. She told me that you said I had to go first. So. We always do this every year, right, Michael?
I cannot recall.
It was always age before beauty, or beauty before age. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's my honor and pleasure to be here this evening to address you on an overview of the city of Palos Hills. Phil has pretty much summarized all the activities that go on in the communities, and none of it can take place, the success of our town, certainly my town, without the help and cooperation of, first of all, members of the City Council who are here tonight. Why don't you stand real quick, members? And not all of them are here, but certainly a shout out to a couple of our department heads are here. Our Chief of Police, Jeff Cuccio. And our Community Resource Director, Kristen Valiante. You know, I always bring some notes just to remind me of something I may skip, but let me tell you, it's been a great year for the city of Palos Hills. I think since COVID, we continue to grow, to prosper. Over that time period, financially, the city is becoming stronger and stronger each year with what's going on. Certainly that has taken place, first of all, because of increased revenues. And one of the first things I'll mention off the bat is how proud I am of the businesses that I have located in Palos Hills. In the last 3 years, the city of Palos Hills sales tax has increased almost 40% in the last 3 years. It's amazing what's taken place with that. The other thing is after the 2020 census, Palos Hills, we're proud to have had an increase in population. In fact, we had the second highest percentile increase in population in all of South Cook County. We increased our population by about almost 1,200 people. And with that, not only the fact that we are growing as a community, but as Michael knows too, that it also represents increased revenues coming from state shared revenues, such as income tax, local use tax, motor fuel tax, which has also helped in build the revenue base for the city of Palos Hills. So we're very happy to have seen that take place. And moving directly into the new businesses that moved in Palos Hills, again, probably even over the last 5 years, we've seen a tremendous growth of investment for our small community, which was pretty much a residential community for many, many years, to see more and more businesses open up. The redevelopment of Harlem Avenue, if you've been down there, has been an incredible thing that's taken place over the last 2 years. That whole stretch of a block and a half has completely been redone, renovations that took place in some of the older buildings, and that has added significantly to the sales tax base of the city. But even throughout the city, on Roberts Road and some of the other outlying areas, we've had new businesses come in. In fact, this last year, both commercial and residential permits continue to increase in Palos Hills, with new homes being built on a few lots that we have left, and a lot of rehabs that take place with older homes that have been purchased and remodeled and or torn down and rebuilt. So our building department continues to hold strong permitting as it has over the last 2 years, and we look forward to this coming year. We have many things on the books, and working with our economic development chairman, Donna Licano. We've tried to reach out even more so. Donna's done a great job through that committee and using Facebook and using Channel 4 to highlight some of the businesses in town, and we're proud and welcoming to our small businesses, but also encourage, certainly, as you know, the fact of encouraging our local residents to shop locally. That's what maintains those businesses to hang around for a while, and I think we've been very successful in moving in that direction and encouraging not only new businesses, but to support the businesses that are there. I'm sure you can totally understand that aspect of it. And as far as Phyllis also mentioned, another key component in the city are departments, and our police department continues to do an outstanding job. Palos Hills again last year was ranked as having one of the top 5 lowest crime rates in the entire state of Illinois. That's something we're very proud of. And actually that's going on for many years, but again, it's what the community's made of, who the people are living in town. As we always encourage people, dial 911. How many times, I'm sure the chief of Hickory can appreciate that too. Somebody calls you up 2 days later and says, hey, I saw something on the block there. Please call immediately. And that helps. That helps us in catching bad guys and certainly discouraging bad guys coming into the city. So we're very proud of what they do, and not only keeping the city safe, but also solving crime. That's an important thing that you read about. And our guys do a great job. We have a high percentile of crimes that do take place in Palos Hills that are solved by our detectives. So they do a great job. And public works is the other second component of the city that is critical. Palos Hills continues to invest in our infrastructure. Shout out to our public works department. Those guys do a tremendous job with the infrastructure of our city. They themselves are the ones who do replacement of water lines and sewer lines, various drainage projects, along with the other certainly required miscellaneous services that the department provides for our residents. Very talented people. We do most of our stuff in-house by our department, and that can range from even construction and repairs of city facilities or building gazebos or they're very talented groups. So we're very proud of what they do. And with the Public Works Department, we have some great projects going on. Next year, the year after that, the city has been working on a major stormwater project. Roberts Road, as you know, for those around Roberts Road, is not, the storm system is not big enough to handle some of the major floods or drains that take place. It floods out in the area approximately between Roberts Road and about 99th Street, from about 82nd Avenue east to 78th Avenue. And this project's been on the books for about 15 years. It's a $10 million project. Metropolitan Water Reclamation District joined in on this about 7 years ago to be the main sponsors of that project. Again, it's about $10 million. They're going to take 2 main 60-inch mains off of Roberts, take them to Lucas Creek to the east to alleviate Roberts Road, pressure on Roberts Road from a drainage situation. And fortunately last year we received a grant for about $3.5 million to be part of that project. The district's going to take up about 70% of it. I'm sorry, about 55% of it. We'll take up about 33, 34%, and Cook County Highway Department will take up their portion. So that project's on the books. The engineering is almost completed, and we hope to get the project underway in 2025. Part of the project will include Indian Woods Park, about a 9-acre residential park, and we'll use part of that park for detention. And because of that, it also gives an opportunity to take a look at that park, and we received, or in the process of, a grant with the state of Illinois for about $500,000 to redo Indian Woods Park park very proud of that. Last year, we also received a grant for $25,000 from the, hear me now?
Yep.
From Cook County to build a bike and pedestrian path along the Cal-Sac from Southwest Highway to about 86th Avenue. That path will then connect with Worth and Palos Heights as part of the Cal-Sac Trail. So we're looking forward to that project, and again, that hopefully should be done by, we hope, midsummer for use of our residents. We also received a $300,000 grant a couple of months ago from Cook County to add to our local road resurfacing project. That goes a long way. We spend probably close to $900,000 a year on road resurfacing or reconstruction. An additional $300,000 will go a long way as a grant for that project. So we keep active in the grant areas and try to do what we can. In fact, in a lot of the capital projects that have taken place in the city of Palos Hills, probably over, I won't go back how many years, but a long time that I've been mayor, has afforded us the opportunity to make the capital improvements without going to the local tax dollars, property tax. In fact, this last tax bill that you received, the city of Palos Hills continues to have one of the lowest municipal property tax rates. We only get 5.7%, 5.7% out of that total tax bill that comes in. So for every $100, all we're getting is $5.70. Most of it, as you know, goes to schools and other taxing agencies. So not only do we try to keep a balanced budget, but we do it without going to our property tax as a means of supporting the many things that we do in the city with improving our buildings, or improving our parks, or improving our infrastructure. So we've been very fortunate to have that. The other project that's finally, in fact, I just got word today that the county is resolving the right-of-way issue for the 111th and Roberts Road improvement project. We're going to put a right turn hand lane off Roberts to westbound 111th Street. And for those of you who travel Roberts or go to Stagg High School, that traffic backs up because of the configuration of the turning lanes, two going east, only one going to Stagg and the other one going to westbound. So during the peak of rush hour there, the traffic backs up quite a bit. So again, that project has been set for the last 3 years, and hopefully now this spring we'll be able to go to bid and get that project completed. It'll also involve some streetscapes on the four corners of Roberts Road. So it's, from a beautification standpoint, it's going to look really, really nice. We're very proud to see that as a gateway entrance into Palos off of 111th Street. Again, we're hoping that project will take place with the spring. Yeah, I just heard today the county finally resolved the right-of-way issue with properties over there, so that's taking place. So we're very happy about that. The other, Roberts or 103rd Street, county's going to come in and resurface that from 80th Avenue to 103rd Street. Part of the rehab project going forward with that drainage project is one of the storm drains will go down 103rd Street from Roberts to Stony Creek, so that we're trying to tie in the county to redo 103rd Street from Roberts to Harlem Avenue. It hasn't been done in many, many years, so we're hoping that they can work that project together when they do the sewer project to also tie in rehab of Roberts Road, which would end up being the entire stretch of the street. The other, we're very proud of the department is our resource and recreation. I think, as you always know, that the Adventure Festival has been a major event for the city. We appreciate the chamber and the various businesses that help sponsor that event. But there's also all kinds of other programs that go on during the year through the department. Again, we're a park department. We're not a park district, so there's no taxation, property taxation for park and rec in our community. Again, we're happy to provide that at no property tax cost to our citizens, and they do a great job. Our community center continues to be innovative in providing different park programs from preschool all the way up to senior activities that take place on an annual basis. And also the special events that we've, I think, over the last couple of years have increased the type of special events for our residents. We always try to keep our eyes open and listening to what people would like. We've had the opportunity now with Bennett Park, a 30-acre site, to provide some more special events to take place out at that facility. And the park itself has really turned into be a gem for the city. It's an incredible outdoor recreation park young and old, for the various physical apparatuses we have out there for exercising, but the trails along the lake, the convenience of the parking, right next to our 2-year-old Public Works building, which turned out to be a long-awaited feature, and that turned out to be a great building, great facility for our Public Works to be all under one roof. But anyway, our Parks Department they do a great job. We appreciate, again, the support, because a lot of the times we look for donations to support some of the programs, but certainly appreciate our residents taking part in those various programs. This last couple of years, our Palos Hills Municipal Golf Course, ever since COVID, we have almost doubled the amount of play that's taken place on the golf course. We also have a new superintendent who's done an incredible job in not only just maintaining it, but improving the golf course itself, which I think has certainly also led to replay that's taking place. So we're very, very happy with the golf course, how that's going, and we certainly encourage not only our residents, but the world to come out and golf at Palos Hills. And again, we continue, we'll try to make improvements to that and provide a nice other recreational opportunity for the city of Palos Hills. I'm moving along here, Michael, so we're not keeping these people forever. But, Phyllis also mentioned an important thing, which actually I just gave kind of a State of the City update on Channel 4, was how proud we are of the school system that we have in the Palos Hickory areas. 117 just received another, the 4th national award for excellence, which is now, I think, included every one of the schools there. And then just 2 weeks ago, 118, which takes in a quarter of our city up to about 107th Street going back west, also received a National Honors Award last week. So both the elementary schools have just been outstanding in raising the bar, so to speak, of educational excellence. Stagg High School, also, which we both share as a mutual high school in our area, also continues to increase their academic standards, and again have risen in ratings as far as some of the best high schools in the state. And certainly for Palos Hills to be home to Moraine Valley Community College is just outstanding. I've been around long enough, and I think people have lived in this area long enough to see that facility go from Quonset huts to the beautiful campus. In fact, this is probably one of the most beautiful community college campuses in the state of Illinois. And it's not just the physical aspect of that community college, but what they have done over the years in academic excellence. They have received state and national awards now for their high academic standards. And they're now associated with so many four-year community colleges. That what a great opportunity certainly for somebody in Palos Hills from preschool. Go to preschool, you don't even need to think about even getting a car. You get a bike and go to preschool, and have a bike, go to high school, and have a bike, go to junior college. So you wouldn't even have to buy a car at Palos Hills to go through our educational system from preschool all the way up to junior high school. So, and it's certainly obvious, we're very proud of Moraine Valley Community College being home to that facility. And it's not just the educational things, but they have so many other different programs that they offer our residents, non-credited hours, job opportunity classes, et cetera, et cetera. So again, getting back to my point of education and how proud I am to be around this city so long, to see it rise to be what it is. Again, we increased our population by almost 1,100 people. People are moving to Palos Hills because, one, of a great educational opportunity they have for their families, and it's families moving to Palos Hills. Not only for educational reasons, but because of being one of the safest cities in the state. And also the opportunities now that we've seen over the last few years for local businesses to come here and hopefully thrive, for those businesses to provide services to our citizens right in town. And finally, the recreational and other amenities that make a city, why people move, for quality of life. Palos Hills is a great community. I'm so proud to have been its mayor for all these years, and to see it grow and prosper, and to see people want to move into our community. Again, that doesn't take place without the help of City Council, and I've been blessed over the years to have incredible department heads who have done an incredible job in building within each of those departments, a team, staff. Our employees that work for the City of Palos Hills are very happy to work there. Very proud of what they do, and I'm proud of what they've done, what we expect them to do, and we'll continue to build on that type of structure and go forward. And again, I look to better times for our city, and again, to thank this chamber for over the years that I've been a part of this. My 43rd State of the Union, how's that? I'm even proud to be part of the opportunity to help grow a community and see it mature over a period of time. And again, without the help of members of our city council, but the community at large. People take pride, as they would in Hickory Hills or any other community, to take pride in the community. And it's the people that make the city the greatest thing going for all of us, that they have confidence in their government, that they take advantage of the opportunities that we offer them. And we hope to, at the next census, increase it even more. So, again, to the Chamber, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much. Michael?
Well, it's not easy to go either before or after Jerry. He's got a little bit more experience than me. He does a wonderful job. And it's always a pleasure to get up here to talk about the states of our city, because we're part of the same region as a chamber. Has integrated both of our communities. So anyway, welcome to. I want to thank the chamber board first of all for putting this evening together. Like many of the events that you do throughout both of our communities throughout the year, we really appreciate your involvement in our communities. I want to wish all of you a happy holiday season. Wish you all the best. Enjoy this time of the year, because it does go by fast. Some of us want it to go by fast, actually. It's less stressful that way, right? But before I get into some of my talk about happenings, developments in Hickory Hills, I did want to bring up a quite serious and troubling topic that unfortunately occurred in our town just before Halloween. Unfortunately, a Palestinian-American family received a letter in the mail, anonymous letter. You may have seen it on the news. And the letter basically threatened this family with young children, threatened them physically with violence. And of course, the cowardly act of this person was sent in the mail. The police, Chief Bray and his department of detectives have taken this situation very seriously and are investigating this as a potential hate crime. But I just wanted to bring it up because it just hurt me to all of us, our city councils here and members of the police department. It hurt us all to our core, because like Palos Hills, I've always, and we still are, a very welcoming community, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your religious affiliation, regardless of your ethnicity. And I just want to emphasize that is not us. This is an act. We have no idea who sent this letter. Could be somebody from out of state, certainly out of the city. We don't know. But to see the fear in this family's eyes, they're worried about families and loved ones back in the Middle East on an everyday basis, and then now to have to live in this town, in our country, and be worried every day about their safety. It's just completely un-American. It's not who we are. And I know I know I'm preaching to the choir here with everybody here, but it was just such a despicable act, and I certainly hope that the person who perpetrated that is caught. We're taking it very seriously, and thanks Chief Bray for all, and his department for continuing that investigation. So it's a little hard to transition from something like that, but I'll do my best. Certainly on a much lighter note, I want to thank the Chamber for all the events that they sponsored throughout the year. We have our trunk or treat, where this year, I think we had over 300 kids at the trunk or treat event, and that's part of, I know many of you were there helping out with the event, making it a fun day for the families. It's the same day that we have our Scarecrow Festival sponsored by the Chamber. It's the same day that we have our Hickory Hills Howl Through the Hills 5K, which is a great event, and many of you sponsored. Thank you for the businesses who sponsored that event. The proceeds from that 5K race go to benefit the Hills, the Palos Hickory Sertoma Club, which helps individuals with hearing loss. So we're very, very proud to do that, because it benefits many people in our community who have hearing loss. Regarding that race, I did want to mention that some specific people who were instrumental in the success of that race. Thanks. And that is our clerk, Joe Stapnick. We have from his office, Sharon Marciano. She pretty much spearheaded that race, and as she does every year. And then Mary Esposito from the clerk's office. They did a really wonderful job in making that event a great success. School district is very supportive of that race as well. So in the interest of time, I wanted to mention we had 20 new businesses in Hickory Hills this year, and I'd love to go through each of the businesses, but just because I know everyone has other things that they probably would like to do the rest of this evening, I did want to highlight a couple of the businesses that were some of our bigger developments that we're looking forward to. The first is Nuno Kebab. It's a Persian Iranian restaurant at 87th and 88th Avenue. This is their, I think at least their third, this company's third location. They chose Hickory Hills. They've done extensive work at that location right off of 88th Avenue. And if anybody, I know the chief is shaking his head, I've heard very good things about our police department, frequent the business a fair bit. So I would encourage you to stop in for takeout or dine in. And then the other one, I'm not sure if Peter Torres is here today or not, but it's Tequila Mucho in the Hill Creek Shopping Center. We've been long awaiting. It's a Mexican cantina that will have entertainment, certainly good food, good drink. I know my understanding is that Alderman Pat Bertil was the first to sign up for the salsa dancing classes, so I'm looking forward to that. So Peter's opening up soon, right?
I think it's mid-January.
Okay, mid-January for that opening is our understanding. And while I'm thinking of it, I just put out on our Facebook, I think last time I was up here, we were talking about Pizza Castle, and that's a business that has been in operation for over 40 years, close to 50 years, in the Chicago Midway Airport area. They moved to Hickory Hills right next to the Starbucks in that same center. And they had reached out to me today with an email and just said, hey, you had mentioned, you would be willing to promote our business. Well, we just had our first year anniversary. So to any of you, I'm always looking for content, and I'm happy to help out your businesses. But if you have anything that you'd like to promote business-wise, I'm happy to put it up. It's free advertising. I put it up on our city Facebook page. Clerk Stapnick just posted it today. That Pizza Castle is celebrating their first anniversary, so we're happy to do it, and I mean that. Just send an email, and I'll get something posted if you have an anniversary or special event. As I said, we're happy to support you because you help support our community. About some of the developments in town over the last year, as I was looking at the developments, some of the improvements in town, to me they all had a similar theme that made me happy, because I don't know if anybody's like watching the news. I get particularly depressed when I see all the bad news about our environment. Things going bad, and we have flooding problems and pollution and whatnot. And one of the common themes I wanted to wrap up with to summarize some of our developments is that they all had a very positive, not only an improvement to our community, but a very positive impact on our local environment. So I wanted to start with the fact that our water loss rate in Hickory Hills, water is a precious resource. Our water loss rate continues to go down thanks to the fine work of our Public Works Department, our Director Sue Lear, who was here. She has continued to upgrade our sewer and our water systems so that we minimize water loss. That's water main breaks, that's water leakage, and at this point, we've continued to trend well below the EPA standard for water loss. And the great thing about that is that that's not water that's just not being billed. It's actually the water that we are distributing is going to the people who need it, and it's just not lost. An example of this is this past year through a Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity grant. I think it was on the order of about $500,000, as we had new water lines. I believe it was about 13 linear feet of water lines, and 6 new hydrants were installed to improve our system, again, to assure good water quality and to limit the amount of water loss. And that's a testament to our Public Works Department. As Jerry well knows, the water rates that we have are pretty much, in our case, are directly from the city of Chicago. And so part of the contract we have with Chicago is every year it goes up by 5%. So because of the fine work of our Public Works Department and our financial stewardship of our treasurer, Al Vodica, for the last 2 years, those 5% increases we have not passed on to the customers, the residents and businesses. The city has absorbed that, what amounts to a 10% water rate increase. So we're very proud of that. Another water-related project that just got completed, which was also through a grant with the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, was a new parking lot at our police station. So our police station needed a new parking lot, so we looked into the possibility of doing a permeable parking lot like our wonderful library did years ago. It looks great, it's good for the environment, and it just got completed in our case with pavers, and it's going to significantly reduce water runoff and contaminated water that would just sheet flow through a parking lot into our sewer system. So it's projects like that are going to make our surrounding community just better from an environmental standpoint. I was also excited as an owner of a family that owns 2 electric vehicles. We just had our first electric vehicle charging stations that were installed over at the Chase Bank on Roberts Road. There's 4 electric vehicle chargers. It's a company out of California called EVgo, and any type of car that's an electrical charger can use these charging stations. They went into operation, functional operation, about a month ago, and I've noticed that it's been a pretty steady stream of cars, people who are charging at that location. So that is very good. It took about a year where we worked with them on a design and the approval process, and it's very first of hopefully many more, because I know Clerk Stapnick and Mary Esposito from the clerk's office have been spearheading a electrical vehicle readiness certification for the city, so that we are prepared and that as more of these come into town, we know we have an ordinance in place and can support these electric charging stations. Along the way, we this past year, again sticking with the environmental theme, we planted 41 new trees in our parkways thanks to Public Works. We pruned over 400 trees in the parkways. It's an annual program that the Public Works does to maintain the health, the safety of the health of the trees. And as part of this program with the planting, and our residents have supported the tree planting as well in front of their homes and whatnot. And as part of this, we have been, Sue had a vision for having a diversity of trees, and we have over 107 species of trees now in the city of Hickory Hills along our parkways. And it might not sound like much, but the trees obviously help with clean air, and they also add. It's been documented that they add mature trees on property, add to the property value. So it's really a win-win. We've had 20 new residential solar panel projects. I remember a number of years ago, I know Jerry's been doing this a little longer than me, but that wasn't even a point of discussion. Then we had our first 1 or 2, and now we're steadily each year seem to be increasing where people are doing solar on their roofs of their homes, so that's a good thing. And similar to what Jerry had mentioned with 111th Street, which I've got a daughter who goes to Stag, and God, if they do any improvement at 111th and Roberts Road, I'm in. Just tell me, I'll grab a shovel myself. But we have a similar problem with congestion at 95th Street and 76th Avenue. So where I'm talking is over by the Denny's. So if you're going eastbound on 95th Street, it's a mess. You want to get down to the courthouse, you want to go south on 76th Avenue, maybe to go golf at the Palos Municipal Course. It's problematic. So what we've done is we have a dedicated right turn lane that should be completed. You might see some work out along 95th Street right now in front of that brown building. But it should have a dedicated right turn lane for southbound traffic onto 76th Avenue. So that should keep the flow of traffic going on 95th Street. Certainly people, they're going to want to be on 95th Street coming and going, and then it makes our businesses more accessible as well once we get that congestion off the streets. So as I close, I wanted to mention just a few organizations real briefly. Our police department, as Jerry said, he's very proud of the Palos Police Department, as we are too. I mean, you guys are all in this together representing our region. Our police department, especially in these times where it's just hard to recruit police officers. It's like the interest in becoming a police officer is probably as low as, at least my wife, the teacher, has said, is interest in becoming a teacher. I know it's tough to recruit for the school districts as well. So I want to commend Chief Bray and Deputy Chief Golchinski and certainly the police commissioners of our city on doing a fine job recruiting and replacing officers. We hired 6 new police officers this year in a very tough hiring climate, and they're going to step in, and they got big shoes to fill with some of the people who retired from the department. Our library, I see Jane here. I'm not at the library as much as I used to be when my kids were littler, but it's just a hub of the community. I mean, I look at it really is, and thank you for being at the farmers markets. You guys are wonderful, and people would come up and they knew you personally, and it was just great to see. But I look at your calendar, and they've got every night there's something going on. There's quilting and felting and book discussions and science classes and movie night and popcorn. I remember from when my kids were little, popcorn night with the kids, and we just loved it. I got my daughter volunteering at the library, so thank you all for what you do. It's really a gem of both of our communities to have such a strong library district. Yeah. Unlike Palos Hills, we do have a park district, a separate taxing entity of the park district, the Hickory Hills Park District. And they do, just a different way things are set up in our town. And they do a great job with the parks, with events and programs and activities. From little kids to seniors, the park really does a wonderful job. And then Jerry touched on it a little bit with our school district. I see Jim Hook here. Congratulations, the Blue Ribbon Award is crazy impressive. And like Jerry said, the school districts the schools that were eligible for it, there were only, every one of them that were eligible for this award met the standard. They got the award, and it's an award that they get only every 5 years. So it's even more impressive that way. And I think if I remember correctly, there were 353 schools nationwide that received the award. And Oak Ridge School in Palos Hills this year was one of 353 to receive that award. So, yeah. And I do see our Hickory Hills Country Club member back here. And let me tell you, you're proud of your golf course. I am proud of our golf course. The work that they have done in improving the Hickory Hills Golf Course, it will, if you haven't been there in a while, it will shock you. It is really wonderful. I went out and played there this fall, and they had the Hickory Open, a great event. I had a great time, and the course was in great shape. Everything was good. The food was wonderful. The bar, the people, everything it was a great day. So thank you guys. I saw you walk in late. The last thing I want to say is, we do have a number of our aldermen and elected officials here. We have Alderman Brian Fonte, we have Alderman Pat Bertil, we have Clerk Joe Stacknick who's here, Alderman Debbie Ferraro. I already mentioned Sue, our Public Works Director, and Chief Bray. So we're outnumbered by Palos Hills again. The experience, you got me on that. No, but like Jerry said, with his council, I am very, very fortunate that I have such a wonderful group of people to work with. This is a part-time job for us, so when I'm done working for a day and going to do this, I just appreciate the camaraderie that we have. I appreciate everybody's willingness to share opinions and not hold personal grudges if you disagree with somebody. And we've been very, very fortunate over the years to just have a really great group of elected officials, and it's something that means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. So with that said, I'll let everybody get their evenings going after this. Have a happy holiday, and thanks for visiting the Hickory Hills Community
I just need a few minutes more of your time. Teresa's, our secretary, is going to be up here to give you just a little bit of overview of what the chamber's doing this next year. But I wanted to say thank you to some people that really worked hard for us, for the farmers market. I'd like to please have them come up. Let's see. First of all, Mayor Holly, thank you very much again for allowing us your parking lot for the farmers market. It's really been great. Georgia, will you come up here, please? Georgia has been coming to the farmers market once a week with bags and bags of hot popcorn for all of the vendors. Georgia, one of those flowers out for you. Thank you. Georgia and that camera. Juan and William, will you come up here, please? Juan and William come every Friday from June until the end of September to help set up tents, move tables, boxes, and do whatever is needed at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, and thank you so much for all your help.
Thank you.
I know it's hard to get up that early.
Now that it's later, it's going to be a little bit better.
Yeah, the market's starting at 7 o'clock in the morning now, starting next year.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Debbie Farrar, would you come up here, please? Debbie Farrar is the alderman from Hickory who spent many hours each week with us at the farmers market. And everybody comes to the tent, and of course, there's a lot of talk going on all the time, and sometimes it helps one of the people in the, that come to the farmer market and have questions about their office or whatever, and Debbie's always there to help them and to help with all the kids. Please, one of those is yours, Debbie. Thank you so much. Oh, and I just have to say a special thanks to our market, Carrot. She's not here today, but Mayor Holly, will you please tell our Carrot? It's Mayor Holly's daughter, and she puts on the carrot costume and walks all over everything. So she's really good at high fives and hugs the kids and all that. Sue from Public Works, will you please come up here? I have to say a special thank you to you because you're there even before we are, which is at 5 o'clock in the morning, already loading her truck to help us move tables, chairs, everything from one end to the other so that we can be all set up for market time. So you've been such a big help to us all the time, and good common sense. It's wonderful to have Sue around. Don't worry, it's going to be okay, you know. So, okay. Joe Alderman from Hickory. Joe also comes every Friday to help us out with things, and it's just a little something to tell you thank you for all your work and for helping us out, and we really appreciate it. One other thing that I don't want to miss. We are doing work for Elsie's Pantry. We have been, doing just a whole bunch of stuff to make sure people are coming to bring food. And the last time we were there, we had a bunch of volunteers. They were absolutely wonderful. Mayor Bennett, thank you for coming. Alderman Al Pasek, thank you. Alderman Mike Price, thank you. Alderman Mark Bachman, thank you. Matt Burke and his family, and Alderman Mike Labarre. Thank you so much for your help that day. And something very interesting. Following the food drive that day, we were told that they fed 180 families, the highest that they've ever We have Elsie's Pantry coming up again for Christmas, and we hope that we will see a lot of people donating food because it's been a rough year for a lot of people, so want to be sure that we mention that. It's going to be on the 13th, Wednesday the 13th of December, and so thank you very much. So that's all I have. I'm going to have Teresa up here just for a few seconds. Thank you so much for coming today. You're all wonderful, and we appreciate it.
Hi, Merry Christmas, everybody. Okay, so we've been talking and we're trying to plan for 2024, and we've got some events scheduled. And this first event, I have not talked to the chiefs yet. So we're planning a business luncheon with both chiefs. I'll reach out to you guys. We'll pick a date, but that'll be sometime in January. We'll send a note out to everybody. You're more than welcome to attend, and we're not sure where we're having that at yet either. March is our expo. It's March 23rd at Conrady. And we will also be doing the Easter food drive for Elsie's Pantry at Conrady at the same time. April, we're planning a business after hours. Our farmers market is going to start on June 7th and go through September 27th. And we are going to start this year at 8 o'clock and end at 1. Juan is over there. Yeah, 7 o'clock I think was just a little rough for everybody. July, we're going to be doing our back to school drive in conjunction with the Green Hills Library. And in September, we're going to go back to our, we're going to do again our business on the veranda over at the Hickory Hills Golf Course. October, our trunk or treat and our scarecrow decorating contest. November, we'll do our Elsie's Food Pantry. Tentative, December 3rd, Mayor's next year's holiday party. December 7th, tentative, pictures with Santa next year, and then we'll be doing an Elsie's Food Pantry around the holidays as well. So, I look forward to seeing all of you there. We also will be at the Hickory Hills Street Fair. We run into a lot of businesses there, a lot of chamber members stop by and stuff, so it's always a good time. But thank you everybody for your support. Phyllis and Art, those two are like the human dynamos because they are there every single week I would be getting text messages from vendors, I'm not going to be there at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm texting Art, who's already awake, and I'm like, okay, so-and-so's not going to make it today. And then he'll tell Phyllis, and like I said, they're there so early, I don't know how they do it. And then, like they said, Sue is there early as well. I wish I could be there, but unfortunately with my full-time job, I can't do it. And I do want to say one other thing with regards to my full-time job. I do work for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. I really want to thank you guys so much. You brought toys today. we're really on a struggle bus right now to get toys. We have a school that's reached out to us, and it's in the city, and they need toys, and we have to get them to them by the 16th. So if you see it on the patch, that's me posting everything on the patch and just trying to get people to donate toys. So thank you, this helps out a lot. We really appreciate it. And I wish you all a blessed Christmas and a great New Year. Thank you.